Hello, everybody. My name's Isaiah, and I'm back for part two of Haines versus Jay Reffner. And Jay's just been caught out talking about wrapping up his dick in a condom and having sex with the decoy. And just prior to that, he was trying to deny any allegations of any sexual advancements or sexual chat in the chat log. And he's just clearly been destroyed by Haines at the moment. Let's carry on.
And they also stated here, somewhere along in the dialogue up here, you had believed that she was a virgin, and you had.
He reminds me a bit of Rob Klein. He's like the bizarro Rob Klein. He looks a bit like him there. A successful Rob Klein who didn't molest children. That would be. It's actually the exact bizarro version, the alternate Rob Klein. Because you've got the Rob Klein of this universe who's, you know, a sex offender, tried to molest kids. And this alternate bizarro Rob Klein right here is fighting pedophiles, trying to stop them. It's an exact bizarro Rob Klein.
Indicated that you would be honored to be considered the candidate for her first. She told you that she didn't want to get preggers. You said that you didn't want that either. You asked her if she's ever received oral. You told her that she's really missing out.
Oh, yeah, you're missing out on a lot sucking this guy's dick. Oh, fucking hell. What would I rather do? I'd rather suck on anything else in the world than his dick.
Like, I'd love to take your hand and show you. Do what feels good, do what feels right, and stop where it doesn't.
See, so I like to bring up this whole debate on obviously these predators here, they're not seeking out and trying to rape against their will these children. That's like the worst kind of pedophiles and sex offenders. These guys aren't, they're still bad, but I would admit that at least, at least they're kind of getting consent of the children. An argument opposite to that would be that they're actually manipulating the children to get consent, which is possibly just as bad as raping them against their will because you're you've brainwashed them to sleep with them and it's just as fucked up, you know what I mean? It's just as sick. But the question remains, even though in the viewers' minds that it's still an atrocity sleeping with a child. I just want to say that straight off the bat. But because obviously it seems at this point the kid's given consent, even though the kid can't give consent, the kid is saying, come over, let's sleep together, whatever. Jay should be saying, no, I'm not too old, blah, blah, blah. And just a second ago on the chat log, Haines or his mate or whatever read out that he would stop if the girl wanted him to. That is the debate and the question that arises whenever I watch any predator is they go into the house thinking that the kid wants to sleep with them. If the kid said, no, I've changed my mind, I don't want to, I realized you've manipulated me, go away, would the predators go away? I don't know. Um, some instances, Lorne's the one that I know the best. And sometimes I look at Lorne and think, Lorne loved Kayla, and if she was in pain and scared and said, stop having sex with me or just leave me alone, Lorne would leave her alone, I think, sometimes. But then, on the other hand, when I listen to the Ramona calls and hear Lorne drunk talking about putting his dick in Ember's mouth when she's asleep, I picture a Lorne that would not listen to Kayla and henceforth move on and rape her against her will. Even if Kayla was kicking and screaming and said, I don't want this now. it really depends on the circumstance. We don't know these guys at all. And I think it's a fair argument to say that all these predators could potentially go forth and rape these children against their will. I'm a person who will always think of the darker and worse scenario and go with that. I don't like giving these guys the benefit of the doubt. I think Jay may, because look, everything was anonymous. His name was Meat Rocket. His family was out of town. He was just going over there. He could have gone in. She started having sex with her, whatever. She would have been like, "No, get off," and he could have just raped her, done whatever, left. No, they probably wouldn't have been able to find him. Um, I don't like giving these guys the benefit of the doubt. He could have been a monster.
Do you have any phone conversations with this person? Do you have any phone conversations with this person?
Such a dork.
No.
Never?
This person?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I don't get why it's like he's surprised he's being interviewed. It's like, what? Why are you asking? What? No, you should know this. Answer the fucking question. It's really pissing me off. He thinks he's so much better than Haines, and he's just so arrogant. And I'm so happy this guy's life was ruined. I mean, he's had a pretty shit life before this, just looking at him, but you can tell this really did affect his life. Looking at that video of him on YouTube that I think Joey Jeremiah found, a live stream of him, right? Jay Reffner was live streaming his pet hermit crabs, and like his face cam was on the side. This was actually a YouTube video. You can still find it now. What kind of a person live streams their hermit crabs to YouTube and has like a face cam reacting to it? A fucking sad like maybe if I don't know, like if PewDiePie did it, obviously he's got millions of subs. There must be something funny about it. But Jay had no subs. He's just literally trying to live stream his freaking hermit crabs by himself. Like what the fuck? That just really shows how much this fucked him up. His life was ruined, mentally unstable, cognitively unstable. It's just a weird thing to do.
Where's the computer located that you're using to communicate with this person today?
Home.
At home? Was it a laptop or is it a regular personal computer?
Laptop.
It's a laptop. He can't even get the words out. And you can see now, in comparison to the start, where he looked upset, but he was kind of smug and holding his own. Now he's got this look of defeat, and it looks like he's just run a marathon. He's tired. The adrenaline has been coursing through his veins and arteries for, a while now, and he's starting to tire, and he knows his defeat is imminent. He knows that. Take the L, Jay.
What's your address?
Yes, and now he's just like, what? Oh no, because the address. Obviously, they can get his address whenever they want, but it just really shows him now that the police can come knock on his door, and his wife could answer the door.
Is your bed?
417. Nevada Lane.
I wonder if he still lives there.
Finley.
We have his address, guys.
Ohio.
Is it LEY?
FIND.
Aren't they meant to bleep that out?
DLAY.
Zip.
458.
Looks like there's just an old Game Boy sitting there and just a couple batteries.
40.
What year is your vehicle, sir?
2.
2002?
Sir.
Ford Escape.
What?
It's a Ford Escape.
Sir.
I already advise you that your car is being impounded and the vehicle will be inventoried. Is there anything else in the vehicle that we're going to find? Are we going to find any type of toys, sexual toys,
Children's toys.
children's toys, any other condoms?
Yes. So he's saying here, like, are we gonna find anything in the car, sex toys, anything? And when he responds with children's toys, that sounds so suspicious. Oh my god. It's like he's bringing around kids' toys just to, bribe the kid and say, look, I got you a toy. It sounds so bad. And Jay's response really shows that it does sound pretty bad. Look, I know Jay's got kids. It'll be interesting how old they are, his kids. Because if they're around the same age as Sarah, which is 15, that could pose a problem. And his wife would probably have to have a good hard look at herself and also Jay and think, should I have this man under the same roof as my children? And I'd be really interested to see what these toys are, because if they're in a box, like brand new, we're talking like he's bringing around a toy for this 15-year-old girl to play with, which is fucked up. Like, make her happy, excited, and then she'll be like, thank you, Jay. Hug him, give him a kiss. That's fucked up. On the other hand, just a toy in the back seat that the kid was playing with the other day. They could prove that easily. The mum could just look and see, yeah, that toy belongs to my son or daughter.
Alcohol, drugs,
Well,
weapons.
Drugs or alcohol. There was probably one other condom in there, but that's it.
One other condom other than this?
Well, one individual one, yeah.
One individual condom?
Just one individual condom by itself. So lonely, so small.
Probably some McDonald's food.
You fat bastard. He's driving around to her house and he's about to, get laid. Oh, I might just stop off, have some fucking McDonald's, have a feed beforehand. You fat prick. I could just imagine him driving there and he sees that McDonald's sign and he's like, oh, Sarah's just around the corner. I'll just keep going. I'll look slimmer. I'll be less bloated if I get there and haven't eaten. And then his stomach starts to rumble a bit and he's like, fuck it, U-turn. Yeah, fucking 2 Big Macs, 1 large fries.
Books. Kids' books.
Kids' book. Was he gonna, like, read her a book and get her to go to sleep or something? Like, I'm sure it was for his kids. But like I said before, I don't want to give these guys the benefit of the doubt. People are fucked up. And again, like, it could be less than 20% of the guys on the show aren't as bad as you would think, but there are some who are as bad. Jay could have bought these books to read the girl and make her go to sleep. You never know. You do not know.
Your license plate number, do you recall?
I have no idea.
At home, do you have any explicit...
Have you noticed he can't even give eye contact? He's like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead, always on an angle, looking that way. Very, very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And look at him. He's as pale as a ghost there. He looks like a zombie. He looks like a zombie right there. Have a look at that. Dracula or something with the, the collar up. He's James Dean, the Dracula.
of child pornography or anything like that on your computer?
Nope. Never. It's not my thing.
Not my thing, just fucking 15-year-olds is.
Do you have any type of porn on your computer at all?
Adult.
Why do people save porn? I mean, maybe 07, yeah. Maybe 07 you save porn, I guess. I don't know. If I look up porn, I just Google it and just stream it and then, turn it off. just saving porn is just, you're downloading shit, porn heavily associated with viruses. You don't want viruses on your computer, so don't download porn. That's the kind of thing I get. I don't know, and it's just the same. If you download it, it's the same video. You're just going to be over watching all the time. And this brings up that whole self-gratification topic, because in the olden days, like I can admit this, like I used to maybe have like one magazine and just look at that, but nowadays like one video only really works a few times. The human mind is evolving and wanting more gratification and instant gratification. I think Adam did a really good video with Andrew Burkett talking about this. I got to be honest, go watch it. But yeah, saving porn, I don't know, I've just never really understood that, but maybe it's because the generation before me, computers, you had dial-up internet, you couldn't stream it, you'd have to download it, I understand that, but in '07 you could easily just RedTube it or Pornhub it.
Does your wife know where you're at right now?
No.
Where's she at right now?
She's with my daughter at a camping trip
So he's got a daughter.
in Lima.
Do I have a cell phone?
Yes.
Is there a way to contact her? What's your phone number?
She probably has it turned off.
Okay, what's your phone number?
Well, yeah, 419-722-6255.
What's her name?
Would Cheryl with an S. Would be alright if I contact her.
That would be my worst nightmare, talking to my
Have you ever done
wife.
this before? Have you ever traveled anywhere to see anybody?
No.
Never? You never met somebody online? This is the very first time that you've ever met somebody online and gone to their house to meet them, whether they were of age or not of age?
No, I met a lady, had lunch with her. This was like about a year ago.
And how old was she?
Oh, so his wife wouldn't be like happy to hear about that. So he's cheated on her twice. I mean, the act wasn't fulfilled, but going to do the act is just as bad. You're going to do it anyway, even if at that last step you grew some balls and you didn't become a cookie cutter cheater who were the most, freaking no integrity, no self-control. If honestly, like if you're gonna cheat, when you're in the circumstance, I know it's maybe different, but honestly, I'd just turn around and just go have a wank and then not be horny anymore. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. All these pedophiles could have just said, hang on a second, I'm talking to a 15-year-old, let me go have a wank first, quickly, and then come back to the computer and see if I'm still wanting to do this. If they go have a wank, I guarantee you, they'd just be like, fuck this, log off. These guys, they're just, I don't know what goes through their minds. Like, he's a cheater, a pedophile, a freaking loser, a dork. He's all these
2
things.
at the time.
32 at the time.
Yeah,
Have you ever met any juveniles online?
Never.
Do you chat online with juveniles regularly?
Never. I rarely chat.
You rarely ever chat.
Yeah.
This is the first time that you ever got on your computer and chatted with a person that was underage, and you drove 2.5 hours to come to see her tonight.
I have a friend.
Excuse me.
I have a friend that she's 28 that we talk a lot. She lives down in Southern Ohio, but we just talk.
Poor girl.
And other than that, I really don't chat much. In all honesty.
That girl can't be real. Why would you talk to Jay Reffner? When you're 28, you're a young girl, why would you waste time talking to this guy? Blows my mind. No, the biggest mindfuck was when I found out Donald Morrison actually had consensual sex with an underage girl. I mean, it was statutory rape, I think. Is that right? Or maybe I'm forgetting the right circumstances. I think maybe it was I think it was an 18-year-old, so it was legal, but still, we're talking about some fucking guy with tubes going through his penis hole. what the fuck? Seriously, it happens. These pedophiles attract women online and get laid. It's unbelievable.
Why did you choose Dark County
Choose what?
to come here? Why did you choose to come to Dark County?
See, that's an interesting question. So what he's trying to say there is he didn't necessarily pick Dark County just because it's like he had no control over that, Jay, of course, but maybe he only went after Sarah and said, I could get away with this because Dark County is a very lenient county. And it's a completely appropriate question. And it'll really show the Detective Haines as to whether the county needs to step up their game with action and, prevention of further things like this happening. Because if pedophiles think they can just stroll in here without any worries, like police aren't doing anything, they're at home sleeping, they might have a problem county-wide.
County here?
Mm-hmm. Why did you choose to come here? I mean, what was it that, for the very first time in your life, you decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go down here.
Yeah,
I don't think Jay really considered that. I think he would have gone to any place, even like the middle of Austin, Texas, or something. Like, who knows, just some place that was like really strict against pedophiles. He probably would have gone there too.
Random circumstance, I guess. I didn't choose to come down here per se. I mean, just came to talk to her, Sarah, whatever her name really is, but it really had nothing to do with Dark County, if you will. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. I mean, was there any reason why you came here?
Not at all.
What?
I don't know. Why would that be?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
No, I've never been here in my life, actually.
You've been there now.
Did you tell anyone that you were coming here today?
No.
Nobody that you know, anybody, knows that you've come here today. Is that right?
Like friends or family or whatever?
Yeah.
No.
Friends, family, people that you know, other than law enforcement and Dateline, nobody knows that you're here.
No. No.
Only Dateline. You know what that means? That means everyone's going to know. The whole world is going to know Jay Reffner went to Dark County to have sex with Sarah, the 15-year-old. That is hilarious. I love how he's like, yeah, that's reassuring. Head down.
Do you have all the personal information that you're going to need? Yes. Have you ever had sex with anybody under the age of 18?
No. Just me and my wife.
What's your job at?
Just me and my wife. You can never know. You can ask all these questions every single day of the week, and you'd never know unless you're a stupid moron. And people, I think, do confess and say, yes, I've slept with a minor before. I don't know why you would. You're just digging a hole for yourself. There's no benefit at all to telling the truth in that circumstance. You just lie. Just lie. Just say you did not. And because that's what everyone would do, you can't trust anyone. He could have slept with another girl. He could have slept with his daughter for all we know.
The University of Findlay.
Data communications.
Data communications?
Are you a teacher?
No.
What's data communications? What do you do?
I run the internet and the network, and I manage 5 people running the servers and stuff. Telephone.
Gee, so he's pretty high up. So he's managing 5 people, small IT office in the University of whatever it was. Pretty important job, universities, colleges, they need to have a functioning, efficient, and effective computer IT service. It's got a pretty important role to play there.
PBX, that type of stuff. Does that make sense?
So you run the internet program through Findlay University?
Something like that.
I mean, is that what your job title would be? What would your job title be?
Network systems manager.
He's so arrogant. Even just the way he said that. Network systems manager. Oh, Jay.
It's my official title.
I copied 22.
Sir.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do?
For
Anything.
Please, is there anything I can do? Please, can I blow your Haines?
2220. And
they just ignore him. He could have been asking, kind of hinting there for a bribe, but I mean, you've got 2 cameras on your face. What can you do?
Nope. What I'm going to have him do is unhandcuff you. I'm going to read this form to you real quick.
Well, we better keep him handcuffed. He's a threat, Jay Reffner. He really is. Look at him. He's so imposing.
It's basically a permission to search your vehicle. Obviously, we're going to go through it and impound it, but we're getting everybody to sign a permission to search if you agree, okay? Then it's signed residing at your address, 417 Nevada Lane, Findlay, Ohio, 45840. Does voluntarily authorize Detective Haines, which is myself, and other officers which he may designate to assist him to search my...
I think we're just about done here.
Well, basically, what's going to happen is, of course, going to want to probably seize your computer to find out what...
Oh, no, that's a good part of here, actually.
Computer. I don't have...
Ohio.
Whereabouts?
It's presently located at 5185 County Home Road, Greenville, Ohio, 45331, which is the sheriff's office.
So I don't have a problem with you searching the car at all, but the computer, I don't have a problem with you searching the computer, but because of the fact of my position at my work, I've got a lot of security sensitive information, which is pertinent to that job, to my job. So because of that, how do we go about handling that, maintaining the integrity of that stuff?
Oh, the police are really going to want to look at Findlay College's IT passwords and, all these college students' IT passwords and look at their assignments and all their grades. And now there's probably some actual important passwords and codes that, if compromised, could break down the whole system at the university, but they're not going to look at it. They just don't give a fuck about that. All they care about is looking for your computer, any pornographic material, anything like that. Jay, you're in over your head, mate. It's not like giving your computer to the guy who's sitting next to you at the bus stop. You're giving it to the police. You're giving it to law enforcement for the integrity of your case.
Well, basically, what's going to happen is, of course, going to want to probably seize your computer to find out what type of pornographic material you have on there, reference kitty porn or anything like that. Obviously, there's an issue like that, so we're going to check it. Probably check your chat logs with, against this stuff. But your computer's not here right now, so the court's going to probably, try to have it seized, through you.
Through me?
Right. Try to contact you, get it seized, because we're not going to drive up there and seize your computer tonight.
Well, obviously. Okay. Well, I'm just concerned about that information for work and all. That's all.
Right. We're not interested in what you do for work unless what you do for work is illegal, okay?
Are you right or left-handed?
Me? Right.
Just sneaking up on Jay from behind. Uncuff him. He reminds me so much of James Dean, but like a very ugly version.
Okay.
Go ahead. Just, what I want you to do,
I'm sorry.
I want you to read the statement aloud, just to make sure you understand.
And I think that's it, boys.
On it. Go ahead and pull your feet.
And now he's just getting molested in return. He's getting molested by a woman right now. His sweaty head is leaning on that box that every pedophile's sweaty head is led on. Jeez, he looks like he's getting anally raped there. And, guys, that's it, to be honest. Interesting interview. I thought there was a bit more to it, but that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And Jay, I hope your hermit crabs escaped. Till next time, see you.